How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. So I am fully recovered and healed from being sick. That was horrible. I felt like I had the plague because it lasted for like 6 days, 7 days. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. I am just today, honestly, feeling 100% better. I was able to go to the gym yesterday and felt pretty good and everything, so I feel like today I'm 100% recovered. So anyway, going to get right in here and get into a new patch notes update because the Runescape has now released a bunch of new news. Actually, they released it on the 10th of July, so I'm 1 day behind. But anyway, we're going to run through this and tell you guys, just in case you missed it, what stuff has been changed and what is, some stuff you should be paying attention to. So as we go into patch notes right here, the very first thing we're going to be looking at is going to be, now keep in mind, I'm not going to read everything in the patch notes. I'm just going to read kind of like the bigger things and explain, why they're bigger and why you should care about them. So the number one here for our beginning is going to be the Monkey Knife Fighters now drop camouflage fragments, drop strange rock, and can give the thieving skill pet when thieving. It's kind of hard to say. This is awesome news because Monkey Knife Fighters are pretty quick to do, so it gives you multiple chances to get that thieving skill pet. Also gives you a pretty fast chance of getting the strange rocks. And I don't really know the drop rate for the camouflage fragments, but I would assume they're pretty much like the rest of the fragments, which makes Monkey Knife Fighters now a pretty great option if you're trying to, especially like hunting for that pet. Obviously, you can still do Prif Elves if you have those unlocked, but if you don't have Prif Elves, then Monkey Knife Fighters are going to be a great option because they are very quick. Moving in here, we got the a health counter has been added to the Queen Black Dragon for each of her phases. So this is pretty awesome because now it's going to be a little bit easier to tell how much health she has left. For higher level players, this won't matter a whole lot because she's fairly quick to kill if you're higher level. But it is kind of nice to be able to see how much health she actually has. So that's pretty awesome. A nice little more of a convenience thing and more of like a quality of life upgrade there for us. Next thing here, it's going to be ninja fixes. So jumping right in the ninja fixes, here we go. Players can now have multiple quick prayer presets up to maximum of 10, and they can be dragged and dropped into the action bar. So this is the biggest update of all of them. And this is the big one we should be paying attention here to, because the fact that now we have 10 quick prayer presets. If you've never used the quick prayer presets before, basically what they are is it makes it so you can one click, and you can even keybind it as it says right there. For the action bar, you can basically just hit one button and then activate multiple prayers at once. You can also hit that button again to deactivate multiple prayers at once. This is really, really nice, very, very convenient for bossing. With the fact that you can now have multiple presets, that is really awesome because if you're like, the typical PVM person who likes to switch between a protection prayers setup and a DPS with soul split on certain parts of like a fight, then this is going to be extremely convenient for doing that because previously it was more of a pain because you had to switch a bunch of stuff around, and using the presets is kind of hard because when you only had one preset, it was like you had a protection prayer and then you had like your 295 DPS boosting prayer going. And then if you were to just manually go over there and go back and forth between SS and the reflect, you're not really able to use the presets very well. So this is going to really improve that. It's also going to be nice because with having a maximum of 10, you can essentially have multiple presets, set up for like a bunch of different actions. If you're trying to do like power training for Slayer, this is going to be really convenient because now you have like a bunch of different Slayer options set up. So you can use these prayers on one monster, not these prayers on another monster, or maybe if you're going to do some PvP in the middle of it, you can quickly switch. So it's pretty obvious the rest of it, but that is a really awesome update. I'm extremely excited about that. Another thing here is going to be a fairy ring has been added to the Karazi jungle with a code of CJS, and then 5 bitter caps are initially required to activate it, which is usual. That's awesome because now we just have a new fairy ring, so it's a nice way to get to the Karazi jungle. Next thing here, clue scrolls will no longer be given for the chaos tunnels. Woo! Awesome! Now there's no longer a chance of you being killed on the way to the Chaos Tunnels, and then also it's just they were not fun. There's a big reason why people didn't do clues was because of the fact that the Chaos Tunnel clues. So really awesome. Also, there's been a duck has been added to the clue scroll bridge puzzle sliding puzzle. I don't really have a whole lot of experience doing clue scrolls, so this right here, it doesn't really mean anything to me, but it does look like it's making it a little bit more convenient for you to be able to do the sliding puzzles. If you have some more comments on that, feel free to put them in the comments below. I don't really do a lot of clue scrolls myself, so it's not really much of a improvement. But the thing is, though, is when they come out with the Clue Scroll Pet, as long as they do still come out with the Clue Scroll Pet, then this will obviously be something I will be doing, and so I'm looking forward to that. Next thing here, the Grand Exchange buy limit for Bolas has been increased from 50 to 1,000. So a lot of people probably read this and were like, okay, because no one really uses Bolas for a weapon. So here's the deal. And this is the reason why it's actually fairly significant. Bolas has, if I remember correctly, the best rate for simple components in the game. If there's something that has better rate for simple components, it might have been something that was like way more expensive that you wouldn't use. But as far as like trying to get the most bang for your buck, get the fastest simple components, I'm pretty sure that Bolas was the fastest thing that I saw. What this means is that now you can buy 1,000 of them instead of only 50 of them in 4 hours. Previously, it was completely pointless to stock them up because the fact you'd be stocking them for months to even have a significant amount of time disassembling them for simple components. But now with 1,000 of them, that is pretty awesome. Also, for you guys that are really into investing and making some money off things and you watch my channel because you're trying to find ways to make more money, the fact that Bolas has been increased to 1,000 means that now a massive, well, essentially 20 times the amount of Bolas will be able to be bought by one player. So if there are players that are stocking them up for simple components, then essentially they're going to be, reducing the volume, which is going to increase the price, essentially, like theoretically. Remember that there's always the chance that they could go down because, I don't know, people were paying a lot higher for them when they had lower volume or whatever, but there's a pretty good chance they're actually going to rise because of this as well, because now they're more viable for doing simple components. All right, next thing here, guys, it is no longer possible to log out quickly after gathering the cursed energies. So this is pretty awesome because for the people that like to go kill the cursed energy bots, which there are cursed energy bots, unfortunately, and for the people who like to just go kill people that are collecting cursed energies in order to make more money, now you have a better chance of killing them before they log out. Now, on the flip side, if you're one of those people that do cursed energies in order to make money, this really sucks for you because now it's going to be harder for you to get away from PKers. So take it with a grain of salt. You're either on one side of or maybe you just don't care at all because you don't even bother by gathering them or killing the people doing it, like me. Next thing here, now this is pretty awesome. The take Bob option now works correctly for keybinds, so I'm guessing it's just more accurate with that. Giving items to a familiar now behaves properly when handling stackable items. So stackable items previously were like, if you tried to hand one thing to the Bob, then basically it would just give it one of them. So hopefully now this means it'll just hand the whole stack, which I assume that is what it means, and if that is, then this is a pretty awesome update. I will have to go in and test this myself. Alright guys, so that's really it for our patch notes, but I do want to say that we've got some more stuff coming up for the Manatee Gaming YouTube channel. Wow, I can't talk at all. The biggest thing I want to throw out there real quick is that there is now a Twitter. So if you'd like to go to @RS Manatee Gaming, all one thing, there's no underscores or dashes or anything. Then you can go check that out. I'm going to be posting my times for streams and stuff on there because I did say previously, during the 30-day challenge, I am going to be doing more streams and everything, and that is true. So I'm kind of prepping for that, and I'm setting up this Twitter. That way you guys have an easier way of being able to see when I'm going to be doing those streams, and also just to get more news about the Manatee Gaming channel, because another thing I said previously is I'm going to do a lot less of the the channel news videos and put more of that information actually on the Twitter. So the people that actually care about that news will see it on the Twitter. The people that don't care about that news won't see a random video about news they don't care about. So trying to help you guys out with that one. So that is @RS Manatee Gaming. That will also be on the YouTube channel somewhere here pretty soon. I think I'll be able to have a button for that. So I'm going to link those two so you'll be able to go find it pretty easily. Also, the PVM stuff is going to be starting up here really soon. There is going to be a so the very first boss that I'm going to be going after for the PVM stuff, like I don't really know what to call it. So I'm not really going for an insane final boss right away. I'm going to be like slowly working on just knocking out some of the pets. Getting some of the kill counts that I want, and stuff like that. Also getting like some of the other items, the beyond pets, like the War Priest and stuff that I haven't finished. I'm be getting that kind of stuff as well. So it's not really like it's going to be slowly going towards insane final boss, but it's not going to be quite literally a series that's like going for insane final boss, because I'm just not really ready to go for insane final boss yet. I'm actually more concerned with getting all 120s before I want to get insane final boss. I also want to get a completionist cape before I do that as well. So I've got some other stuff to work on, so that's why I'm not going straight towards it, but I am going to be doing some PVM related stuff. And there's lots of ways for you guys to stay involved with this, because so our very first boss hunt that's going to be Bandos. And I'm going to start with Bandos because Bandos is number one, that is the one pet that I've got. So I don't have to camp him very long to get, to get a pet or whatever. So I'm basically just going to be hanging out on him to get my 100 hard mode kills, because I don't have 100 yet. And I'm going to go for probably like 1,000 of the regular mode kills just to have 1,000 kills count on him. And then I also want to be able to finish off getting the War Priest. Because I think I might be missing a couple pieces of the War Priest, because I just really haven't spent a lot of time on Bandos. So I'm going to go and mow him down and camp him for a while, and just feel super old school about it when people used to camp Bandos. And then be able to finish off that. I've already got his pet, like I said, so I'm really just going to be going after the War Priest and try to get the kill count required for the insane final boss. So I'm going to do that. Also, what that means is the hard mode, I am going to be planning on doing a boss mass for. So I'll be doing one boss mass, maybe more boss masses. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be doing boss masses for Bandos hard mode. So if you're interested in that, then leave a comment below saying you're interested in that. You can also join the Manatee Gaming clan chat in-game. You can join as a guest. And then you can find out when that's going to be happening. That's going to be happening pretty soon here, actually. So most likely in the next video on the channel, you're going to be seeing the announcement for the boss masses. There's also going to be some competitions going on. Those competitions are mostly going to be for the Patreon members. So basically, what it will be, I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be a Bandos kill count. So people will submit their Bandos kill count in the beginning, and then they will submit their Bandos kill count at the end, and then the people that have the highest Bandos kill counts in the time frame given, which is most likely going to be something like 72 hours or something like that, are going to get free upgrades on the Patreon passes. So if you are a Patreon member and then you're looking to, you want to get a higher tier pass on there, but you don't want to donate that much, then this is a great option in order for you to be able to do that without having to donate anything extra. Also, I'm going to be having a video about my Patreon coming up probably in the next video as well. And then it's going to be talking all about the month of July, because July is like really going right now. There's quite a few new members on Patreon. The feedback from the Flipmaster and everything has been really great. There's been major improvements on the Flipmaster too, because basically I've been taking all of the feedback from people and have been improving the content on there in that way. So feel free to check out that page if you want to, but you don't have to, because you don't have to if you want to, because there'll be a new video about the Patreon coming up pretty soon. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. And thank you for listening to me ramble about the channel and everything like that. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow in a brand new video. You guys have a great one. See you later.